I was a little surprised, Nick, about how controlled Karras was in that first round.
Yeah,
very patient. I was surprised.
And Rich, they like the way he's working the jab. I don't. I think if he would work more off it, he could control this, the tempo, the range, the pace of the fight. But let's see if he dials it in. It's very early. Feeling out, of course, for the first round. Totally understandable. So much at stake for both guys. In terms of climbing towards title, getting a title crack, that's what they want. As you mentioned, Soto Karras with those 3 straight losses in 04 and 05. Losing, in fact, to Yuri Foreman, a guy we'll see later on the card, in a title fight of his own.
Well, I think all those guys were undefeated that he fought.
Fair enough.
Which makes it a little rough.
Yes. Soto Karras is on the left. He's the taller guy. Now he's trying to dial in the jab and turn Gomez, but Gomez reading very well. He sees punches well, and he's not wasting any, it seems.
And Gomez looks better than ever. I mean, just physically, he looks better than ever.
Camp, yes, I agree with you. Combination from Gomez. Gomez, in fact, starting with a right hand. There's a left followed by a right, but Gomez coming forward, as you said, not a huge hitter, but he's aggressive.
Now Gomez is beginning to land with jabs of his own, and that could spell problems for Soto Karras. If Gomez is able to reach him with jabs, that's going to mean a difficult problem for him.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a 4-inch reach advantage for Soto Karras, and so far he's nullified it himself. He's leaning over, but that's the way he fights. He doesn't really stand tall. He gets clipped by a right hand from Gomez in black. Those taken on the gloves, and now Soto Karras with a good sense of range, so he's out of distance, and he could read the zone pretty well, but he's got to get busy offensively.
Gomez beginning to get to work here, and I'm still a little surprised by the patience that Soto Karras is exhibiting. This may pay off for him at some point, but I'm sure.
Oh, and that right hand seemed to get Soto Karras' attention.
Maybe he has stage fright. This is a big card. He knows there's a big pay-per-view audience watching him here tonight, Soto Karras, but he's not doing anything.
I agree that he should be busier. And he's a good body puncher, and he's having trouble finding Gomez to the body. Soto Karras on the right. Only 14 amateur fights, a former Antonio Margarito sparring partner, but he's ranked by 2 organizations in the top 10. And it's time for him to move. He's got to beat a guy like Alfonso Gomez, the 29-year-old. Most recent loss to Miguel Cotto last year in a title fight. He needs this fight as well.
He did bring a lot of validity to the fighters in the Contender Series, though, that came out of that.
The original Contender, exactly right. He really paved the ground. Gomez, I like what he's doing, huh? He stepped back and countered very nicely. As we close out a good second round, it would seem maybe 2 for 2 for Alfonso Gomez.
I think so. We take a look at some of the action from round 2. Gomez has been able to counter very effectively in this round. You see him coming in there with that left hand, and he's been able to lead as well. And Soto Karras just there, sitting back, standing, waiting, posing, not doing enough. And Gomez coming forward. That was the same combination you saw moments ago, but it was very good. Well thrown, left and the right. The old 1-2. Boom, boom. Turned the head of Soto Karras.
Go. Second down. Go.
Jesus Soto Karras, favored in this fight, has got to get his offense going. He's in the orange and black. Alfonso Gomez has had 2 strong rounds and seems to be getting stronger. It is early. 3rd round of a scheduled 10-round welterweight fight to move either guy into title contention. We'll see if Soto Karras changes anything. Gomez doesn't have to do a thing. He's fought a very intelligent fight, and he's beaten Soto Karras to the punch, like there. Whips a right to the body.
Last fight for Gomez, he had a 1-round knockout over Raul Munoz in the Brian Valoria-headed card that was in Hawaii a couple of months ago. Said he only took a week off, came right back, and got to work again.
He looks sharp, Rich. And boy, everything right. He's counter-punching. He's first. He's going to the body. And Soto Karass, it could get very dangerous for him if he blows another round. Soft little counter hook from Gomez.
Well, he is rangy, Soto Karass, as you mentioned. And his jab, when he throws it out there, is long, Nick, but it's not, at least so far, stinging.
No.
And I think he's got to make that jab pay off as an offensive weapon for him.
Agreed. Nice combination from Gomez. You know, he's keeping Soto Karass tied up. Nice counter punching. Finally to the body and a warning.
Okay, let's go.
And Dracula says you hit him low, and if you do it again, it'll take
Gomez is cut. Gomez is cut, and I think there was a headbutt there. And it's bleeding pretty profusely.
Well, this is a shame. We hope it doesn't impair. Keep an eye on a headbutt.
It is a headbutt. Vic Draculich went right over and told the commission.
That head up. Watch those low blows. Let's go.
It's in a bad spot, just on the eyelid, right eyelid. Well, we hope this doesn't impair the vision and stop the fight, obviously. Gomez had been doing so well until now. We'll see. What do you do now if you're Soto Karass? Of course, you know, you got to get 4 in the books for it to be a decision.
Well, you start picking it up, and I'm also interested in seeing how Gomez reacts to it. Different fighters react differently to cuts. Some fall apart when they get cut like that.
Absolutely.